Welcome to 2026, Gemini. It's Dadhichi here once again. Sorry for the delay. I haven't been keeping too well lately, and that's also one of the reasons I'm not posting my video this month, but I will be back shortly for the February videos with my usual video format. But for now, I wanted to talk about the coming year. And this is the year that Gemini becomes electric. Gemini, this 2026 year, means you can shine in ways that you've never really imagined. And that's because Jupiter's expanding your resources for the first half of the year. Uranus is revolutionizing your identity from April onwards. And the nodes shift your karmic direction mid-year. And so you're about to discover versions of yourself that have been waiting in the wings. It's about incremental growth and more so a quantum leap in your life into a new dimension of life. January, February, career is calling you, and this is the rumbling of revolutionary beginnings. The year opens with the North Node in Pisces, moving through your 10th house of career and public recognition, while the South Node in Virgo occupies your 4th house, which relates to your home and family. Your soul's evolutionary path is clear right now, and that is, stop using domestic comfort as an excuse to avoid your professional calling. Stop perfectionist home management from consuming energy that should go towards your career, and step into the public sphere where your gifts can serve a larger audience. This South Node in Virgo in your home sector indicates you're releasing the tendency to micromanage your living space, to use family obligations as some sort of reason why you can't pursue your ambitions, or to keep your talents hidden within the safety of your private world. The North Node in Pisces calls you towards a career that is going to ultimately feed your soul. It gives you public visibility, but that has to align with your spiritual values, toward professional success that feels meaningful rather than just lucrative. Jupiter continues its transit through Cancer, and that's your 2nd house of income and values. Money flows more easily than it has in years. Your earning potential expands, but more importantly, you're clarifying what you actually value beyond just simple financial security. Some of you born under Gemini will discover that what they thought they wanted doesn't resonate much anymore, while other desires can be dismissed suddenly, suddenly been dismissed previously seem essential. Then on January 26, Neptune enters Aries and begins a new 14-year cycle through your 11th house of friendships and life goals. This area of your life is about to undergo a type of mystical transformation. You'll be in the association of kindred spirits, those who operate on your wavelength, people who get your weird vision, your multidimensional nature. Old friendships may fade, but this is necessary as you start to realize that you've outgrown some of these connections. But I'd suggest you don't mourn for them. You're making room for your soul tribe now. Saturn is going to quickly follow Neptune into Aries on February 13, and that suddenly shifts your social life into a more serious tone. Saturn in your 11th house is asking some hard questions. That is, which of these friendships are authentic and which ones are just convenient? What are you actually trying to build in the world? What's your real contribution to the collective? Over the next 2.5 years, you'll develop a mature relationship with your community and refine that long-term vision. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction on February 20th is where your dreams meet discipline in your social realm. This is about finding the right sort of people, the ones that are going to help contribute to your future vision. Some of you in Gemini will want to start groups, organizations, some movement, or commit to a cause that allows you to shine within that space beyond thought of personal gain and approval. In March to May, your home releases you and there's an identity revolution. That's because the total lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 3rd falls in your 4th house, bringing culmination around domestic situations or family matters. Something reaches completion now. Possibly this is connected to where you live or something to do with your past, in particular your mother. Perhaps you're finally moving out of a living situation that's been strangling your authentic self. This eclipse gives you permission to stop organising your home life in the way others expect and to start building your career, even if it's not exactly perfect. There's a spring equinox on March 20th, and that will energise you and make you ready for change. And change is exactly what you get around April 25th to 26th when Uranus enters Gemini permanently after its brief retrograde back into Taurus, your 12th house. This is a pretty big thing, Gemini. Uranus in your 1st house for the next 7 years means a total revolution and upgrade of your identity. You're about to become your most authentic, unconventional, experimental version of yourself. And this image will change. You've got to be prepared to be flexible. Maybe your style, your hair, your fashion statement, your presentation, or maybe just the energy that you radiate is going to be very, very different this year. Now, expect to surprise yourself with unusual choices. They're probably out there compared to what you usually would have done, but you're open enough to want to give things a go. By 2033, you'll be completely different to who you are now. And that's the whole point. June to July brings us to another shift. This is a resource expansion. Jupiter enters Leo on June 30th, and this shifts the energy into your 3rd house of communication. This is the zone of learning and the way you think and the way you formulate your ideas. Now, after a year of expanding your financial resources in the sign of Cancer, Jupiter here wants you to expand your voice. This is a time to teach, write, to put your thoughts in writing. Speak and share your ideas as much as you can. Your communication style is going to be much more bold and confident. Certainly a dramatic, confident vibration infuses what you have to say. You're exchanging information and doing it in a way that makes a big impact on others. On July 26th, the nodes move their position and your entire karmic direction also shifts in line with that. The North Node enters Aquarius in your 9th house of philosophy, higher learning and distant horizons and long journeys. The South Node, on the other hand, enters Leo, and this is your 3rd house of communication again, bringing a profound reorientation. So for the next 18 months, your soul's growth happens through expanding your worldview, Gemini, pursuing higher education or spiritual studies, traveling to places that crack you wide open and help you develop a philosophy that gives your life meaning beyond just that clever mentality and conversation. Meanwhile, you're releasing the South Node in Leo tendency to overtake conversations. So this is as much about listening as it is in formulating really clever one-upmanship statements. It's not always about your opinions. It means breaking free of that manner of communication, because everyone already knows how smart you are. You're being asked to become a student again, not of facts but of wisdom, to listen more than you speak, to travel beyond your familiar territory, both literally and philosophically. There's some big eclipse energy in August, again in Leo. That's on August 12th. Once again, pushing forward this 3rd house theme, initiating new communication possibilities. The South Node also in Leo, this eclipse is asking you to release old patterns that need to be the smartest person in every conversation, the tendency to intellectualize emotions rather than feel them, the habit of staying local when the world is calling you to expand and to explore. New writing projects can arise if you're a teacher or have an opportunity to present. New learning adventures emerge, and this is the time you can communicate ideas and maybe even create a profit from that. Less performance, more authenticity is needed. Less proving how much you know and more genuine curiosity about what you don't know. So this is a big learning curve for you. The partial lunar eclipse in Pisces on October 28th falls in your 10th house, bringing closure to the career focus you've been developing since 2025. Early 2025, that is. This is the final Pisces eclipse cycle, and your path will reach some sort of completion at this time. You'll let go of the need for the career that you've followed previously. You don't need to look perfect from the outside while feeling empty on the inside. The important thing now is that your work is going to mean something to you. You're going to resonate with it, and you're going to identify with what you do, not just because it's something you've done in the past professionally. September to December is the integrative and expansive period of the year for you, Gemini. And with Uranus in your sun sign continuing to revolutionize your identity, you're experimenting with your image, your presentation, the way you're going to move through the world. What might have felt shocking in April is going to feel a lot more natural for you by December. You don't need to fit into people's expectations or live up to their standards anymore. You're expressing your authentic frequency, and it's magnetic. Jupiter in Leo continues expanding your communication, while Saturn and Neptune continue their dancing areas through your friendship sector. By the end of the year, you'll have built some sort of real community, not just social media, rah, rah, rah. These are real connections, and they may have some professional elements associated with them as well. Pluto in Aquarius grinds through your 9th house all year, and this is going to transform your belief systems as well, and on top of everything else that I've mentioned. It's got to do with your relationship with the truth, your own personal truth. Everything you thought you knew is up for examination this year. Your philosophy of life is undergoing that rebirth stage. So, you're going to come to an understanding of that real wisdom isn't about collecting information, it's about integrating it into your experience. And so concluding, Gemini, 2026 is your year of becoming. First half pushes you towards professional visibility and career achievement while releasing domestic perfectionism and family obligations. The second half redirects you towards philosophical expansion and a new view of the world while letting go of the need to dominate every conversation and prove that you're somehow superior intellectually. With Uranus in your sign from April onward, you're discovering that you contain multitudes, and that's not really a problem to solve. It's your greatest gift, actually. Your challenge is staying grounded while experimenting with these new forms of self. Let yourself be a little bit weird, off the beaten track. Don't be afraid to change, and let yourself explore multiple interests, identities, and expressions without apology. And this is in keeping with your signature. Just don't spread yourself too thin. The world needs your versatility, your adaptability, and your ability to translate between different frequencies and bring people together across divide. So now, Gemini, you're not just communicating anymore, you're becoming a living bridge between what's known and what's unknown, the local and the universal. Stay curious, stay flexible, trust that your restless genius is exactly what the world needs right now. Take care. I'm looking forward to sharing your company in the coming months. Bye for now.